Sideline.
There we go. Just walked out of the Steelers bar. And as you could tell, they weren't all too happy there. A couple of the Cleveland fans were a lot happier. Both of those teams could have traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. Obviously, it doesn't seem that Cleveland would have needed him as much, but hard to say that the Steelers wouldn't have been a lot better off. For Pittsburgh, this was a matter of paying $10 million, which is backup QB price, to Mitch Trubisky, and now they're surprised they're getting backup QB results. Now, not everybody's going to get as lucky as the 49ers got. They're obviously playing Jimmy Garoppolo a backup QB price, but they're getting starting QB results because he's an actual starter, and that was an exceptional circumstance. But in the case of the Steelers, they're getting what they paid for with Mitch Trubisky, and I guess their fans already last week were chanting for Kenny Pickett, so that's not a pretty situation because that offense just was inept down the stretch in this game. Anyway, I'm in the Mission District today, 16th in Valencia, and this place is now called Rudy's. And they've got Iron City right here. That is Pittsburgh beer. They used to be called Primanti Brothers, or no, Giordano Brothers. Primanti Brothers is the famous Pittsburgh style sandwich that has whatever meat you order, French fries, coleslaw, cheese, everything in it. Back in the day, truckers in Pittsburgh, because they needed to have a hand free to drive, just had these sandwiches made with everything, including the fries and the salad stuffed inside of them. So Primanti Brothers makes those in Pittsburgh, and then you come out here to San Francisco, and Giordano Brothers made those. Giordano's shut down. Somebody else bought the place named Rudy. Now it's called Rudy's, and it's still the Pittsburgh bar. Anyway, I got to step away from the chaos there at the Pittsburgh bar. This is one of the liveliest corners of San Francisco, 16th and Valencia, really nice spot. In fact, the Roxy Theater right here, crossing over, is a cool little independent theater. They'll play some like international film festivals and stuff here at the Roxy, and you can just get like a lot of good food in this area. The falafel shawarma place there. I think they changed names. But then I always like this place, Dalva, because they used to have a bar kind of, they might still have it in the very back. It was called The Hideout. Maybe I'll step in there for another show at some point. But anyway, I'll give you guys a little tour here of 16th Street, then it'll be time to head home. All those games in that division, Kyle Juszczyk came from that division, I know. They always talk about the AFC North as hard-nosed, and sometimes though that bad quarterback play just makes it a little bit boring. And I thought that Mitch Trubisky today did not inspire anybody whatsoever. By the way, one of the best burgers in San Francisco, across the street. Right here. Monk's Kettle. Check that spot out. A lot of good beer there too. I'm gonna step a bit outside of this main drag right now. It's because it's so loud. Monk's Kettle moved all their stuff to the outside. This has really changed the vibe. Then you just go down Albion Street and it's nice and quiet. 16th is definitely a scene in San Francisco. I can't flip the camera around right now. If I can, I might just end this show. Anyway, Steelers, Browns. Both of those teams leave a lot to be desired. I get it. Cleveland has got a good defense, but last week they blew a lead to the Jets, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers are getting backup results from their quarterback, and the 49ers won't see either of those two teams this year unless it's in the Super Bowl, and I don't think with that QB play from either of those teams we're going to see them make it that far. Some of these, back streets of the Mission are so nice. We got all the bushes and everything. You're walking here, you see the detail of these houses. It's definitely not a bad part of town. The Mission has changed a lot too in the past 15 years or so. And you've got that hop-in corner over there at 16th and Valencia. Oh well, my camera's not turning around, but I didn't have many thoughts about Browns, Steelers, except for that. They both could have had Jimmy Garoppolo. They don't have him, and I think they're worse off for it. But the 49ers are certainly happy about it. Oh, finally. We might be flipping around. There we go. Had a little bit of delay on the phone. So that's where we're at. 49ers are happy that all worked out. In fact, this morning, I was just talking about it. That surgery that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't end up having, or the surgery that Garoppolo did end up having, but the 49ers didn't end up wanting him to have because obviously they didn't know the exact extent of the damage to the shoulder. 49ers were annoyed about it at the time, but I'll tell you what, they're very happy that Jimmy Garoppolo ended up having that surgery now, because that is something that has led to Jimmy Garoppolo still being with this team. So sometimes, it doesn't go according to plan. And sometimes the fact that it doesn't go according to plan ends up working out for you, as it did for the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo staying on the team this year, thanks to the fact that nobody, including Cleveland or Pittsburgh, wanted to trade for him. Isn't it wild how the NFL works? All right, guys, I'm going to sign off here from 16th Street. Check it out, 16th in Valencia. Got a lot of good food. Have a lot of good bars, and I'll post a video or a picture of that Pittsburgh-style sandwich that I had at Rudy's, the Steelers bar, toward the end of this game. All right, everybody, take care.